Okay, here I am, kid. It's Uncle Murray. That's who I am. You know, you remember that little guy that I carved you, for your birthday? And I thought we could do like a little pipe, like that guy that I carved for you, you can like drill a little hole in his face, between his mustache and his beard, and then you can just stick the little pipe in there. But it's just pretend, and I don't want you to think that I'm like advocating for the use of smoking a pipe or cigarettes or cigars or nothing like that, because that stuff's no good. Those things are those things ain't no good. They make you sick and you stink. But anyway, so all of that, I won't go into all of that, but that's just it. Don't even think about smoking, because it tastes gross and it's stinky and it'll make you sick and it's no good, Unless you have one of them, them little plastic ones that blow bubbles. You can play with one of them and blow bubbles, but you got to blow on those ones. You can't suck in on those things, because then you'll get like soap in your mouth, and then, who knows where the bubbles will come out, But anyways, I just got to tell you a few things first. But you see that knife right there? That is the blade on that thing. That's super sharp. But if it's sharp enough to cut wood, then it's sharp enough to cut you too, And we don't want none of that, because this is supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be having a good time. And you think that once you start lopping fingers off, the amount of fun that you have is going to diminish every time you lop another finger off. So this thing here, it's called a cut glove. Well, I call it a cut glove. I mean, it ain't gonna stop a poke, but it'll keep you from slicing your fingers off. Whatever you do, whatever hobby you have, count your fingers and your toes every time you start, and when you're done with it, make sure that you got the same number. So here's this little piece of wood. I'll just draw a couple of things on it just to kind of give me a rough idea. I don't know. Always make sure that you're in control of what you're doing. You never want to go like, yeah, because when you're going crazy like that, then you can cut yourself in the leg, or you can cut your dog if your dog's watching or something. But anyways, so here's a little piece. So I'm going to push this straight in, and I'm going to woogie like this a little bit. And that makes this little stop cut. And I use my thumb on my other hand, and I push up to that cut. Like that, and you hear that click, and then that little piece pops out of there. See that? That ain't so hard, huh? You go woogie, and you push, click, and there you go, and it pops more out. You see? And so we're getting a little bit deeper. Woogie again. Shoomp, shoomp, shoomp. The noises that you make, well, that's optional. Sometimes I go shoomp, sometimes I go hi-ya, sometimes I go woogie, but that's up to you. So there it's getting down like that, right? So this front piece here, that's going to be the pipe, the place in the pipe that you put the tobacco in. The pretend stuff, remember? Don't do no smoking, you stupid. Anyway. And so then on the back of it, I'll go like this across the back of it, and I'll woogie just a little bit. Excuse me. This is a piece of leather, and it makes a pocket, and you can go like that. See that? If I'm going like this, I don't cut my thumb. It goes into the leather. How about that? What will they come up with next? So I'm going like this, and I start hogging off a whole bunch of stuff on the back end of it. Can you see that? Shoop. And I just go up to that cut, and I kind of scoop down and towards myself to make that back arch on the bottom of a pipe. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you see that? I used to walk by this tiny little guy. He used to carve wood on the street corner, and he was just this little homeless midget, and he never made no money, doing it, Poor little guy. Do. You see? Oh, I forgot to do this thing. Hold on a sec. I got to round off the corners, because you got to round the corners off, because nobody wants a square pipe. Who wants that? Maybe like mathematicians or something. Well, hey, I got one for you, kid. I got a joke for you. Ugh. It's back in cowboy times, and it's this cowboy, right? And he goes into this bar, you know, because he's been riding and he's thirsty and stuff. And he orders a drink, and he buys a cigar. But he's just minding his own business, you know. So he's sitting back in the corner, and he's sipping on his Shirley Temple and puffing on his cigar, and he's blowing smoke rings out of him. And he's just drinking his Shirley Temple, and he's blowing these smoke rings, and he blows like 15 or 20 of these rings. And then this Indian guy comes over to him and he says, "Hey, bud, if you don't stop calling me that, I'm gonna knock your block off." That was a little joke. Well, never mind. I keep forgetting you're just a kid. Oh, hey, here's another one. What's Geppetto's favorite cereal? Pinocchio's. I thought that was kind of a cute one. Okay, so I'm gonna woogie a little bit more for a second here, because I want to go just a little bit deeper. This thing, I wear this to it magnifies things and makes it bigger, right? Scoopy, scoopy, Chattahoochee. See? It's getting there. When you start getting a hang of how it works, how the wood works, woodwork, you get used to like how hard or soft it is. It's kind of like peeling a carrot or a potato or something, you know? And you just get into this kind of headspace where it's nice and quiet and you don't gotta be nowhere. And it's real relaxing and fun. Remember, this is supposed to be fun. And you're gonna make mistakes when you first start out. You know, I've been doing it for a little while, but I still make mistakes too, and you learn from them. You know, you learn like, oh, next time I better not do that. That's how you get better at something, you know? And it's a whole lot better than them, them video games. Because with them video games, you're just sitting going, ga, 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 you know, and staring at the screen all day. And then at the end of the day, what do you got? You got nothing. You got a bunch of points. You know, but if you do something like this, when you're done, you got a little guy or a little pipe or a parrot. Or you can make anything you want with these things. You just got to start learning how to think a little different, you know, how to think about shapes a little bit different. And then you just learn how to take what's in your head and make it out of the wood. Remember I showed you that V tool, you know, that carves like a V gouge in the wood? Well, this one, it's like a shoopy. It's like a U. You can stick it in there and make these like curved cuts. And sometimes what I do is I'll take like a match or a lighter or something, and I'll burn it. So it kind of makes it look like it's a little bit used, like a real pipe would be. But don't do that yourself. I mean, if you do that, if you want to do that, ask your mom or your dad to help you with it. You know, if you walk up to them and you say, "Hey, Mom or Pop, will you help me set this thing on fire that I just spent the last 20 minutes carving?" And they won't think that's weird at all. So can you see that? See how I just carved out a little bit of that stuff? And then, so then you just go and you just like, you sand it and you can shape it. You know, and it can be a little frustrating sometimes when you're learning how to do it, you know, because you're learning how to use tools and like you keep making little mistakes once in a while, or like you'll be working on something and a piece breaks off of it and you go, ah! But that's okay, you know, that's how you learn, you know? Everybody's got to learn, you know, how to do stuff. Well, you know, except Jesus, I guess. I don't think he had to practice to do his miracles. You know, it's not like he had, like, birthday parties that he went to and, like, he practiced changing water into pudding or something. No, he knew how to do it right away, I think. But that's not us. We ain't Jesus. We ain't God. So we got to practice. And you can make sanding noises too, if you feel like it. You know, you can go or push, or whatever you want to do. I hope this ain't shaking the camera. Oh, I didn't think about that. I could be bouncing you all over creation. Welcome to Murray's bouncing carving videos. But okay, so see? You see that? I turn it around like this. You know? So there's a little a little, what you call, a little, a pipe is what I'm trying to say to you. Like sometimes what I'll do, like sometimes I'll take a lighter, or a match or something, and I'll just go like this, and I brought it, but so I'll go like this, right? I'll go like this to it, dragging it through the, through the flame. Yeah, it's the flame is really what it is, because I don't want it to catch on fire. I don't know, maybe it likes, whoa, that was a close one. Come on. I'm trying to make it all sooty, because I don't want it to really catch too much. Well, maybe a little bit catching fire is not too bad. If you want your pipe to look like this, don't do this by yourself. You ask your mom or your dad for them to do it, and I'm going to do up here a little bit. But, ooh, that's a little, okay, so you see that? I was like that. So you could do it like that, or let's see if you could see it better. Like that. Oops, there's a big, look, that spot looks a lot whiter on the screen than it does in real life. Yeah, or you can paint it. You can just paint it. You don't got to burn it, But I think it looks, ooh, that's still a little warm there. And then you can put like a little, like I take some, like cotton balls, and I kind of stick it in there and pull it out, and then look see that? See, I drilled a little hole in his face between his beard and his mustache. And then I just stuck this in and I glued it. And then I glue some of this cotton ball in there. And then I just pull it out. And then it makes it look like smoke. See? Ta-da! So there you go. But so I hope you liked it. I hope you had a good time. And I hope it sparks your interest in it a little bit. And I'll talk to you later, my friend. And remember, I miss you and I love you, buddy. Bye-bye.